Hi everybody. Today I'll be showing you 5 accessibility options offered on the iPhone. Apple is constantly changing, updating, and maintaining the accessibility options that they offer. So for today, I will be using an iPhone 12 Pro Max running iOS 16.6.1. The first option I want to go over is the color filter option for people that have color blindness. You can find this option under the Accessibility tab in the Settings app. You can click on Display and Text Size, and then scroll down here to Color Filters. There are 3 different displays: this gradient of colored pencils, this little grid of different colors with different opacities, and this standard grid that is used for testing color blindness. If you click here and turn on the color filters, there are many different types of color blindness, but the iPhone offers 3 options for the primary color blindness, that being red-green, green-red, or blue-yellow. They also have a grayscale here, which just turns everything to a gradient of gray, black, and white. So we can test it out with red-green filter. So here we can see, if we toggle it on and off, this is what the standard colors look like, and this is what the filter looks like with red-green filter on there. You can also change the intensity depending on how severe one's color blindness is. For this one, you don't see much of a difference, but if you go down to color tint here, you can also change the hue of it, just an overall color filter change. You can see here as I pan through it, it changes it slightly. But specifically, you can change the intensity. So this will change it quite drastically. So much so that even, these colored pencils here just all look black, even though we see that they are standardly green. And again, that will definitely change depending on the hue. See, now you see them yellow, mixture of white and blue. And so all these different color filter options are great for people that have different types of color blindness, as well as a different level or severity of said color blindness. The second feature that I wanted to go over is the spoken content feature. This feature is great for people who have visual impairments or just difficulty reading, whether it is dyslexia or ADHD or what have you. This will also be in the Accessibility tab here. You'll go to Spoken Content, and there are 2 different options. There's Speak Selection, which allows you to select a specific amount of text that you want it to read to you, or the Speak screen. This will just read the entire screen that is available to you. I prefer the Speak Selection just because you have a more specific choice of what you want the phone to read to you. So for example here, I have just copied the Gettysburg Address into a Notes app, and if I go ahead and double click and highlight this entire first paragraph of the Gettysburg Address and press these arrows over to where you can see the word speak. If you press speak,
7 years ago our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition.
So you'll see there that it's just a standard Siri voice that will read it back to you. There are also many other options. You can change the voice and the language that it reads to you. Obviously, some of these will have to be downloaded, but it doesn't take up that much space on your phone. And there are many, many options. You can also change the speed at which Siri or any other voice is reading this to you. So for example, if that was too slow, we could speed it up here. Obviously, that's much too fast. I think the standard is just in the middle.
Speak Selection reads selected content.
And that just works great for me. The next option I want to go over is the back tap function. This option is great for anybody who has any sort of mobility or motor dysfunction or impairment. As always, you can find it here under the Accessibility tab, and it'll be here under Touch. If you scroll all the way down, you'll see the back tap function. You can do a double tap or a triple tap, and specifically, you'll be tapping the Apple logo on the back side of your phone. So if you click into here, you have a whole slew of system options, accessibility options. You can toggle on and off, such as the color filters that I spoke about earlier in the video. You can even do scrolling options or gestures and custom shortcuts. So I have it set for double tap as my flashlight, so I can double tap the back. and it'll automatically turn on that flashlight. And just double tapping will turn it back off. For the triple tap function, I like to pair it with the shake to undo. So you see it says shake there, and this is the shake to undo option. So on the iPhone, let's just go to fresh notes here. Let's say that I'm trying to type, and I'm trying to type, hello, but I've mistyped, misclicked, I've accidentally typed help. Typically, you can just shake the phone and it'll undo that typing or undo whatever you previously did. But with the triple tap function, I can triple tap the back and it'll give me that option to undo. The only downside of this option is most phone cases do not allow you to do the triple tap, as it's too thick for the iPhone to register that. The next option I want to show you is the sound recognition function. This is great for anybody who has any sort of hearing impairment, whether they're fully deaf, hard of hearing, anywhere on the spectrum. Down here in the accessibilities tab, if you scroll down to sound recognition, this function basically, you can set the iPhone to actively listen to any noise or sound that you would like, and then there will be a buzz or a ringing, triggering noise on the phone to alert you that that sound is happening around you. So here you could just turn on sound recognition, and under sounds, there are the 3 standard fire, siren, and smoke alarms. There are some cat and dog noises, classic household appliances, and then some standard, a baby crying or someone coughing or shouting at you. Specifically, I think this is great for, the fire or the smoke alarm. Somebody who has a hearing impairment, who's deaf or hard of hearing, might not hear something really important like a fire alarm going off. So they can click in here, and you can just toggle this on, and you can choose which alert tones. And again, if you have a hearing impairment, obviously, if you don't hear the fire alarm, you might not hear your phone alarm go off, but you can also set it so that there is a vibration, and so you can change, see, rapid, SOS, staccato, or you can even create a custom vibration. So a fire alarm might have a different vibration than a siren or a baby crying. Unfortunately, I can't show you the sound recognition in action, as I'm not going to set off my fire alarm, but rest assured this does work, and it is very helpful, again, for anybody who has any sort of hearing impairment, and it certainly needs to be notified of very important sounds, whether, again, it's a fire alarm or a doorbell, somebody coming to visit you, or even a baby crying if you are a parent. The last option I wanted to go over is the live captions function. This is great for anybody who has any sort of hearing impairment or audio processing disorder. If you go here in accessibility and scroll down here, so there's actually already a subtitles and captioning function, but this one, is only available if it's already embedded in the content that you are engaging in. But if you go back here, there is a live captions. Now you see here it says beta. It's still obviously in beta testing mode. We can click in and toggle it on here. So we see here it says that it's listening. It's listening to the audio coming out of the phone. So I'll switch to a YouTube video that I pulled up, and I'll just press play.
Community is made up of all types of learners.
And so you see as the video plays, there is active real-time captions that are popping up at the bottom of my screen. Now, of course, these aren't going to be 100% perfect. Again, it is in beta testing mode, but let me toggle that off. But as more people use it, and even as you use it more often on your phone, it kind of has like an adaptive AI learning. And so it'll get more accustomed to the sounds and the words that are being played out from the screen. And you can even see here they are testing a live captions in FaceTime, so that anybody who has any sort of hearing impairment can still video chat with their loved ones on their phone and still communicate them verbally and still engage with them that way. So it's great for anybody who, again, has any sort of hearing impairment or audio processing disorder, and it just allows them to use the phone in even everyday circumstances where maybe they're out in public and they're trying to watch a video or watch anything and they just can't hear it. Again, the live captions, while not perfect, are a great option and a great first step towards this type of technology. Those are just 5 of the many accessibility options that Apple offers in their iPhone. You'll see here there's so many more broken down in the Vision tab, the Physical and Motor tab, the Hearing tab, and the General tab. As the dialogue and discussion about disabilities and impairments becomes more commonplace in social media and society in general, I look forward to seeing what other types of accessibility options that Apple and all these other tech companies will be including in all of their devices in the future. Thanks for watching.